But the thing is that you have to know that person when you feed them, right? So you don't know, I always say what? Go look the care plan. Now, if the colleague can tell you, you can ask the colleague, say, okay, what type of the food? Is that minced? Is puree, right? Or is it regular, right? You have to know those things because you don't want to choke the resident, right? And you also have to know what kind of texture for that drink. Is that pudding or is honey or it's just regular consistency fluids? You really have to know those things, and those things usually in the care plan. Now, if the colleague will tell you, obviously, the person should tell you, right? Because she asks you for help, and then sometimes they just forgot. I say, oh, can you help me? And then they just walk away. But I would suggest if you really want to know detail before you start feeding, just for safety reason, you have to ask a colleague, okay, what type of texture the person is eating, the food, in terms of the food and the drink. Okay. Now, sometimes you probably in the dining room already see those things on the table already. I tell you something. It's on the table. It doesn't mean it's correct for that person. Guess what? Maybe the dietary aid gave the wrong fruits to that resident, and you will never know. It happens, okay? I'll be serious about that. You know why? Because once start feeding the person choking, you, the person feeding that resident, you're going to take a full responsibility. You cannot say, well, my colleagues asked me. No. You're choking the person. You are the person responsible. You have to remember that. So take the responsibilities. First thing is you have to know what type of a texture the person's food, what kind of drink he's supposed to give. Care plan is the best way because you cannot rely on the dietary aid. The kitchen helper, dietary aid, I'm telling you, sometimes they don't even know.